Hi, I'm Ivan with the Detailer's Business Academy, where we strive to take you from detailer to entrepreneur. In this video, we're going to show you how to finish flawlessly using a rotary. Yes, a lot of people misalign the rotary. They think it's dangerous. They think it's hard to do. In fact, it's probably the easiest tool to use. So here we go. First thing you want is you want to have a damp and clean pad. You never want to put clean polish on a dirty pad. And I use the System 4000 pad washer from Lake Country. I know you're not used to me saying names on this channel, but this is one of the things that it's unavoidable. It is the best, and it's the only one that really works as it should. So we're going to start by cleaning our pad. And we're going to bring the machine speed all the way back to 1. And that's the first mistake a lot of people do when using a rotary, is we used to call it a high-speed machine. Well, high speed no more. The lowest speed possible. We're going to put our polish on, and the reason we're using a dampened pad is to prevent dry polishing. So what happens? We have our 3 drops of polish on here. When we start polishing, if the rest of the pad is dry, that dry pad area is actually going to cause swirls, and we don't want to have swirls. The other thing we're going to use is the trigger lock. The manufacturer goes to a lot of problems to put this trigger lock on here, and we're going to encourage them by using it. The other thing that does is it frees up our arm. So if we're holding the trigger, that basically locks your wrist and your elbow in. By using the trigger lock, now I can move my hand wherever I want on the machine. Now I'm going to be a little impolite here and turn my back to you. And the reason for that is, when you're polishing, another thing that can cause problems and can cause swirls is overreaching. If I'm going all the way to here while I'm polishing, I'm not going to be doing a good job. I want to stay within the width of my shoulders. So here we go. Now you'll notice I'm barely holding the machine. The machine's not trying to walk away on me. It's not trying to go anywhere, because I'm letting the machine do the work. I'm holding the pad flat to the surface and slowly moving the machine. I don't have any pressure on it, and I'm not trying to do like you've seen in some videos before, and that's have it on an angle and high speed and moving quickly. Those are all guaranteed to get you swirls. But we keep our pad flat, we move slowly, and if you prefer, you can hold it the other way, you can hold it vertically, it really doesn't matter. The next part of this is, know when your polish has done working. If you start seeing dust, or the machine starts getting grabby, then your polish is exhausted its useful working time. It's time for you to clean your pad and start over again. On horizontal surfaces, we want to keep the same technique. And that is low speed, so speed 1 on the machine. No pressure, and let the machine do the work. Now you'll notice I'm not stressed in any way. It's actually very easy to do. If you want, you can use 2 fingers or 3 or 1 hand, really doesn't matter. And even when you're getting into contours like this, it's very easy to control the machine. If it feels like you're working, you might be doing something wrong. Using a rotary should be almost meditation. It's easy, it's simple, the machine's easy to guide. And that's all you're doing, really, is guiding the machine. And you'll feel, as the polish starts to dry, that the machine might be pulling a little bit. And if you get to that point, stop. You don't need to go any further. We'll take our damp towel, wipe off the polish residue. And I'm using a low nap towel because it requires less force to wipe off the polish residue. And we'll take our dry towel and dry off the surface. Now, another key to success is not using a flat pad. Flat pads, they're okay, but a textured surface pad like a waffle pad that I'm using, or a CCS pad or something similar to that, will get you much better results and an easier to maneuver machine. The other aspect of this is wiping off your polish residue. We want to use a rinseless dampened towel and a dry towel to wipe off our residue. You never want to wipe dry, because when you wipe dry, first of all, you're having to put way too much effort into it, risking scratching the paint again, and you have no lubrication. By wiping wet or damp with a rinseless dampened towel, and then following up with a dry towel, we now have a clean, dry, polished surface. A couple of things that go wrong with polishing. A, pressure, not good. B, an angle, not good. C, a dirty pad, not good. Finally, your stance. We don't want a stance that's way out here or way over here. Stay within your limits. Don't put any pressure on the machine, keep it flat, and let the machine do the work. Before we leave, one final note. Actually, a few final notes. First of all, please subscribe and share this video. Secondly, there's one thing that we see a lot of people do on their videos, and something that's always bothered me, and that is we don't need to smell the polish. No, not at all. So when you're polishing, keep a nice stance. Be straight with your machine. Let the machine do the work. But when you see people doing this, yes, it looks super artistic, but in reality, they're doing more damage than good. Not only to the vehicle, but to themselves. So keep a good posture, stand up straight, look at what you're doing, stay square, let the machine do the work. Thanks again. We'll see you in the next one.